Good morning, everybody. We are getting ready for another big harvest day here on our farm. Harvesting corn today, and I'm driving through town currently to the John Deere parts box. We've got a part for the 9600 that is there waiting for us to pick up. Our closest John Deere dealer is about 15-20 minutes away, but they've got a drop-off box here in Lindsborg that's close to where we're at. I only live about 3-4 minutes from here, so it works really nice, really convenient for me. All right. Looks like there's two things in here for us. All right, we're out at the farm now, getting trucks ready. I think Nathan said one of these tires needs aired up. I'll figure out which one. Now I'm gonna get this tractor fueled up. You probably noticed that we have a different tractor on the grain cart than we did for wheat harvest. There's two reasons for that. One, this was on the planter during wheat harvest. And two, this is a little bigger tractor than the M7, so since it's available, we're going to use it on the grain cart, and then the M7 can help us with bales since it has a loader, and it's just a little different than during wheat harvest. All right, we got the tractor fueled up. We got the windows cleaned off, and we're gonna head out to the field. So this field we're going to is about 13 miles away. It's the farthest away from the farm. If you see that hill on the horizon, it's just to the right of that. So that's how far we're going. There's some of our neighbors' irrigated milo. Beautiful, look at that stuff, man. All right, so it's the next day. We had a little change of plans. We got all the way over to that field that's, the farthest away it can be, and the corn was too wet. So, just like in our crazy grain video, we were yelling, dry, dry, dry. We decided to move over to my field by my house here. I just have about 45 acres of corn here, and it is dry. It tested 15 when I took the load in this morning. I cut one load last night, and then I've already cut semi-load this morning, this afternoon. It's about 3 p.m. now, and so we're going to try to knock out this field today. Everything's going good so far. Those two parts that I picked up yesterday morning, Nathan was able to put those on, and so we got the combine in good working shape, and we're just going to relax and enjoy the day and just watch the corn roll into the bin. Look at that, what a pretty sight. right, we knocked out in front of my house here. Now we're gonna go around to the back. Nathan has to go shut off the irrigation pivot, and so I'm gonna be without a grain cart driver for a while. The corn is yielding pretty good, at least for Kansas standards. And so Kendall's having trouble keeping up with the trucks, but that's okay. We're really not in too much of a hurry since those other 2 fields aren't dry yet. So we're not in a super big hurry like we are some years. Instead of unloading on the go, we're unloading on the slow. Sitting put. Well, we are finishing up this field by my house here. This is definitely some of my best corn here, other than where Nathan drove with the sprayer when he was putting on fungicide. Those are the tracks you see through. Hope you guys enjoyed the drone video. Always enjoy the view I get when I'm harvesting my backyard. Coronado Heights in the background over there. We've got little Brighton in here. It's her first combine ride.
I think she's awake for it.
And she's waking up for it. We ran some deer out of the last couple rows here. They're like, why? We liked hanging out in the corn. Did you see the deer, Brighton? Did you see the deer? All right, that's it for my field. We'll probably have to wait a few days before the next one because it was not even close to being dry. We've gotten 3 fields of corn done now, and we just have 2 more. We plant a lot more milo than corn. In fact, 2 years ago was the first year we ever combined corn. Historically, we'd only planted corn to chop for silage, but now we've picked up a few fields where we can grow some dryland corn. For some perspective, for those of you from like the I-states or from corn country, I think our county average yield for corn is like 105. And so typically if you can grow over 100 bushel corn, it's better to grow corn. But if you can't, then it's better to grow milo. So that's pretty much how we've always made the choice between corn and milo. And as we've progressed into some different fields and into some better equipment and better traits in the seeds, better genetics, we're able to grow some dryland corn now, but it still has to rain. And if you've been following us, you know that this summer is kind of hit and miss for rain. But here at my house, we got good rains. This corn did very well for dryland corn here in Kansas, definitely above average. So yeah, it was a good day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys have a great night. Please click subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. See you next time.